Hi, I'm Taz Thornton from Firechild Shamanism. Now, I've promised myself that I'm going to spend more time creating video blogs for you, so I'm using every opportunity I can. Today, I'm just on the way back from town after some last-minute shopping errands for my wedding next weekend. My goodness, time has flown. So, I apologise for the slight jiggling about of the video, but it's rigged up on the window of the car. It's quite obtrusive, just to clarify that. I want to talk to you about authenticity today. Now, authenticity is one of those things that sounds really simple, and everyone likes to think they're authentic. But what I mean by authenticity is really, really being authentic and following your soul's path. Now, when you meet someone who is completely authentic, completely in their power, in their own truth, you can often feel the energy radiating from them. Some people are a little bit afraid of it, because when you are completely authentic with yourself, when you are completely in your own power, nothing can hurt you really. Nothing can touch you. I'm not talking about major disasters like bullets and buildings falling on top of you, obviously, but the words of other people can't hurt you. And you won't be drawn into drama and gossip. And that's a really powerful place to be. Now that actually ties in quite nicely to my wedding next weekend, because for a long time in my formative years, I spent a lot of time dating boys. I married a guy. I did everything I could to be the person that everyone, I thought, wanted me to be. The guy I married, we got married way too young. That didn't work out. And when I met Asha, the woman I'm marrying on Friday, everything fell into place. Now, hindsight's a wonderful thing, and if I look back now, I can easily say, well, I was just never attracted to guys in that way. I can look back and remember times going through school when I was embarrassingly attracted to girls, and at the time, I felt like I was the only one in the world. I felt like I was wrong, I was broken. I'd always been taught that it wasn't right, we didn't do those things. But when I finally got to the point of realising that trying to conform just wasn't working for me, when I finally met the soul my soul was drawn to, gender really didn't matter. And that's something that I believe completely, that when our soul meets another soul that it's in love with, that it has a connection with, when our soul meets another soul that it has that deep, profound need to be with, then appearance on the outside has nothing to do with that. Personally, I believe souls, spirits, our essence, whatever you want to call it, I believe they're genderless. It's an energy. Without this body, this skin, we're just energy. And, you know, that gender doesn't matter when you're thinking about energy. So what does that have to do with truth? Well, what I do know is that when I finally decided to come out to people, to come out to my family, when I decided to be true to myself and to give the very real relationship I had with my heartmate the exposure it deserved and the authenticity it deserved, I suddenly became an awful lot happier. And it was the same with my career. I spent years and years and years climbing the corporate ladder, only to realise that, yeah, you've guessed it, that ladder was up against completely the wrong wall. Now, I'd always tried to climb that corporate ladder, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'd followed a path that seemed to make everyone else happy, that I thought would make everyone else proud, and therefore I'd fit. And eventually, it just didn't make me happy. And we all do this. I think we're born with a purity, and then as we go through life, we gradually build up a thicker and thicker mask. And we put our mask on in the mornings, and that mask usually has a smile plastered across it, or maybe it's a cool and calm exterior, but no one can see what's going on underneath. And the trouble with plastering a mask on every day for so long is that sooner or later that mask starts to develop cracks, and those cracks get deeper and deeper until we just can't fill them anymore, and the mask begins to crumble, and that's when really we've got some difficult decisions to make. So bringing that back around to Friday, spare us a thought on Friday. We're so lucky in that the law has finally been changed to allow same-sex couples the same right as heterosexual couples to legally marry. Now, I don't want to politicise this, but that's a massive move for me, because I was raised to believe that when you love someone, you settle down and then you get married. And we've been unable to get married. And therefore, in the eyes of many people, I've often felt that our relationship doesn't have that same level of validity. So on Friday, after 16 years together, we'll finally be stepping into that truth openly, and in the eyes of the law, we'll be our authentic selves. And on Saturday, we're having a woodland shamanic wedding blessing as well, which will be so beautiful. So when I ask you to spare us a thought of the weekend, I don't mean because we're trying to be special or different, because let's face it, marriage is special for the people involved, but really, marriage isn't an unusual thing. It's an everyday occurrence. So it's not about that. Spare us a thought, and remember that there are people out there, like us, who are really, really standing in their truth, standing in their power, and living it. And in some way, maybe that can be a catalyst to help you look at your own life, or other people realise that it's okay to be someone maybe their friends or their family don't want them to be. Maybe they're wrong, maybe their family do want them to be exactly as they are. And it doesn't matter whether it's a relationship, a career, a hobby, anything to do with the life you're living. If there's something there that isn't true to you, to who you were born to be, to who you're meant to be, then change it. And all those people around you, if they really love you, they'll come around and they'll pat you on the back and say, well done, and congratulations, and support you. And they'll cheer for you as you put one foot in front of the other and carry on walking in truth and in authenticity. Making these big decisions really sorts the wheat from the chaff, and it can be quite brave. But go for it, because, you know, we all talk about happiness, we all talk about wanting to be at peace, and for me, in my experience, there's no faster route to inner peace than being authentic, being in your power, knowing who you are, walking it and living it. So be in your truth, be in your happiness, smile, laugh, sing, dance, whatever it is that makes you happy, go out there and do it. This is not a dress rehearsal, this is your life. So make it a happy one. Till next time, walking truth and beauty. I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Taz from Firechild Shamanism. Bye bye.